Hello, fellow freelancers. I'm trying a different angle because in the last video there was this weird glare on top, and this seems to be working better. So once again, before I start off, if you have a comment to leave, if you want to leave a comment, before the comment, if you could write your language combination. It doesn't matter if you are a translator, professional, if you're just starting out, or if you have yet to start out, you haven't started out yet, you're just interested in it. Whatever your language combination is or you plan it to be, if you could just write that down, Hungarian to English, Spanish to French, whatever it might be, and then write your comment. You can put in parentheses, you can put it abbreviated if you want, however you wish, just to do it, so we kind of get a feel of what kind of different languages people speak. And maybe you can find other people who are dealing and translating with your same languages and kind of talk to them. So anyway, if you want to leave a comment, just to do that in front of your comment, because I think it'll be helpful to everyone else watching these as well. Anyway, now let's get into it. I need to go back to my notes because sorry, okay. Today I want to deal with a question that I got from one of the people I was tutoring and one of the people I was coaching. By the way, I offer coaching and stuff like that. I think I have it in the descriptions below. I do a terrible job of advertising the fact, but I do like overviews of resumes and your profiles, and I do one-on-one coaching, stuff like that. If you're interested, feel free to message me. I'm sure there are links down below, and you can feel free to link it and check it out and see if it's for you. Anyway. One of the questions I got was from this guy. He's based in Russia and he does English to Russian translations. And he was saying because, he deals with agencies and clients who are in Russia, but he would love to deal with the ones in Europe, like London or Paris or stuff like that, who, pay a lot more than the ones in Russia. And so he does English to Russian translations. And so he was asking, do you think I should do Russian to English translations just so I can get paid more by these people here? And so I kind of wanted to give a response to all of you, just in case this is something that you feel like. If you're based, you have two different languages, and if you're based in a country where they pay less than maybe the other country where, they speak one of those languages, how to deal with it. First of all, by the way, I told him no. And the reasons are, first of all, if you do English to Russian translations, it doesn't mean you can do Russian to English translations. In fact, usually you should find one way to do the combination, and that's it. You translate into your native tongue. You speak two languages, even if you speak them fluently, one of them is your native tongue. That's the language you translate into. So anyway, so I told him, no, keep doing English to Russian. By the way, clients in, London, US, wherever it is, who need Russian translations, they don't necessarily need Russian to English all the time. They also need to do English to Russian. They need to translate whatever they're doing for Russian clients, or else they have legal cases against Russian clients, or else they have, just for marketing purposes or correspondence or whatever. It goes both ways no matter where you are. And if you're in Russia, you need to do English to Russian and Russian to English. And likewise, if you're in London, you need to do English to Russian and Russian to English. So the place you're located in, it doesn't have that much bearing on it. You have it either way. However, since we work online, if you're based in Russia, there's no reason you can't find clients in the UK, say. How do you go about that? Well, there's several ways. And this was his issue. He was like, I'm based in Russia. And so I, have my clients here in Russia, and that's how it's going. It's very hard to break into over there in England. And so the way to do it, I'm trying to find a way to formulate it so it works for all of you. The way to do it is, if you already have clients wherever you are, then that can definitely work to your advantage, because you already have a track record. I hope you've been using your clients to get ratings and reviews on whatever you use, say pros.com or your own personal website or stuff like that, testimonials, ratings, reviews, whatever it is. All of these are good leverage to get future jobs. And so, yeah, if you're based in Russia and you have 3, 4, 5 clients there in Russia and they're happy with what you did and they give you good ratings or reviews or testimonials, then yeah, you can absolutely use those. You can start, in fact, cold contacting, cold emailing, cold calling, whatever you want, prospective clients in London, and show those testimonials and ratings and reviews and say, look, as you can see, I have quite a few clients who are very happy with my English to Russian translations. If you need an English to Russian translator, I'd be happy to do it. By the way, if someone's in London, you can say, oh, they pay more, so I want to get my I want to get clients in London rather than Russia. Yeah, they also deal with more translators who are based in London. So they feel like they have to pay more. So if you can come somewhere in between, I have no idea what the rates are, but say in London they get paid 10 cents a word, but if in Russia you get paid 7 cents a word, you can try offering for 8 or 9 cents a word. So it's still cheaper for them, but it's more than you were getting paid here. And, and kind of try to meet them halfway. Anyway, there are many different tactics you can try, and that's one of them that might be able to work. Of course, you don't know exactly what they're paying the other translators, so it takes a bit of guesswork. But you could try stuff like that, or you can just try leveraging what you have and trying to charge the high rate, 10 cents a word, and see how that goes, and or some combination. Anyway, you can see what works for you, but there's no reason why you can't contact them. You're online, they're online, and as long as you're reachable via email, as usual, and I've mentioned this before, give them many ways to reach you: phone, Skype, all that. They won't use all of that, but at least they feel that you're more reachable. So anyway, that's how I feel about it. I think you don't need to worry too much about stuff like that. You can find your clients no matter where they are, and once you're online and once you start doing it for a while, the distance or where they are exactly doesn't even matter that much, because you're all online. So that's the main thing that matters. I would also don't just assume that because you're someplace they need translations in English to Russian but not Russian to English, say, or anywhere you are they're going to need all different types of combinations. So don't worry about it too much. They might need more of one combination than the other, but they also probably have more supply of that certain combination than the other. And so anyway, you don't have to overcomplicate it. I think these are things you don't need to worry too much about. And, just try to, if you want to find a client in another city, another country, another place that pays more on average, then feel free to try contacting clients in that other city, that other place, and see how it goes. Just because you're not there physically shouldn't matter too much. Once again, we all work online, and I've usually, it's very rare that people say on these online sites they want to meet you face to face or anything. Usually, as long as you're very reachable. So hopefully you can find this useful. Don't forget to like this if you do find it useful. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks and bye. Savedum.